Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my first video of 2019. So happy new year. I hope that 2019 is off to a great start for you guys. But I wanted to sit down and talk about some new makeup releases. It's been a few weeks since I filmed one of these videos, so we're going to kind of play catch up in today's video. A couple of these products might be a few weeks old at this point, but I still wanted to sit down and chat about them and let you know if I'm planning on purchasing them or passing on them. And of course, I want to hear from you. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these products or other new releases that I might have missed. I think I'll switch it up and start with the products that I'm going to pass on in today's video, and then I'll finish up with the products that I'm planning on purchasing. Okay, let's start with the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded Eyeshadow Palette. So this one does not have a release date or a price available yet, but it looks like it is coming in 2019. And I have to tell you guys, when I first saw the photo of this on Instagram, I was really surprised because I think I just thought maybe Urban Decay was going in a different direction after they discontinued their original Naked palette, and the next release was the Urban Decay Naked Cherry, which is a little bit more colorful than their regular Naked palettes. I think I just thought they were going to move in a more colorful direction, and I did not expect to see such a neutral Naked palette from them again, really, for a long time. But I do think a lot of people were predicting this. A lot of people are saying this palette looks so similar to Anastasia's Sultry, and I have to agree, it's very similar to the Sultry palette. And I know a lot of brands work on a lot of products for a while, so sometimes when similar products are released, it's just because they were working on them at the same time, but this looks like a ripoff of Anastasia's Sultry. So I have to say that I personally will not be buying this palette because I have the Sultry palette and I love it, and I don't need an identical replica of it. Who knows? Sometimes it's hard to see just from like the initial photos, so I guess we'll see what it looks like in person, but as of now, I'm going to be skipping over that one. So apparently we do have a couple of neutral palettes to talk about in today's video. Natasha Denona just released a mini nude eyeshadow palette, which retails for $25. You can get it now on Sephora's website as well as on Natasha Denona's website. The thing about this one is that it's very similar to the Camel palette, but it is less expensive. The Camel palette also comes with 5 eyeshadows, but that one retails for, I believe, $50, where this one is like half the price. So for me, I just don't think $25 for those 5 shades is a great deal. You just don't get a lot of product in the mini palettes, and on top of that, the formula is so inconsistent. So if I do drop the money on Natasha Denona in 2019, it has to be something really bright and colorful and unique to my collection. It definitely won't be like a nude eyeshadow palette, but again, just my thoughts on it. So a more affordable alternative that I'm also not going to buy is the BH Cosmetics Mini Zodiac palette, and this one is their Capricorn palette. This one retails for $14, so it is a lot less expensive. It's available now on their website, and it comes with 9 different shadows. You get a mix of mattes, shimmers, and one baked shadow in the center. The thing about this palette is I don't think it's going to appeal to a lot of people. Even if you are a neutral eyeshadow fan, I think there are so many other neutral eyeshadow palettes on the market that are a little bit more captivating than this one. The swatches don't really look anything like the pictures of the palette, at least the promotional pictures. The swatches look pretty, but the palette looks a little bit lackluster, and there's not a lot of depth within the palette itself. Like when I look at pictures of the palette, especially next to the swatches, I'm just a little bit confused. I know the lighting can definitely be messing with how the palette looks, but it just looks like a really lackluster neutral eyeshadow palette. And like I said, there's not a lot of depth. Like there aren't super light shades and super dark shades. A lot of the shades are kind of like medium toned. So I don't know. I can't imagine that this palette's appealing to a ton of people, and if you are a Capricorn, I assume that you might be a little bit disappointed unless you love brown eyeshadow. Maybe they're going to do like a brown palette, a green palette, a blue palette, a purple palette. That could be really fun. I guess we'll see, but for now, I'm just not into that. So there is a colorful eyeshadow palette that I'm not going to purchase. This is the e.l.f. 18 Hit Wonders eyeshadow palette. It retails for $14, and it is available now on the e.l.f. Cosmetics website. I did read that these palettes are exclusive to Target other than e.l.f.'s website, so they should be available in Target stores very soon if they're not already. I do have the first 2 palettes that look very similar to this. The first one was like a neutral palette with pops of color, and the second one was very neutral, but I do like the formula. Again, the thing about this palette is there's not a ton of depth to the palette. Like when I look at this palette, there are a lot of lighter shades that I would use like all over the lid, a couple of colors that I would use in the crease, but if I wanted a really intense, super saturated or dark smoky eye, I don't think I would get that using this palette. And they could be really pretty if you like more like light pastel shades, but again, for me, when I wear color, I just want it to be really vibrant and intense. So I actually think I'm going to skip over this one, even though I did purchase the other two palettes that are very similar to this in terms of layout. The last collection I wanted to mention under my past category before I move on to products that I am interested in purchasing is the Becca BFF collaboration with Chloe and Malika. So this one is available now at Ulta Beauty and also online on their website, and it's a limited edition collection that comes with a few different products. So there are 4 different lipsticks which retail for $24 each. The lipsticks look really beautiful, but I'm just not interested in spending $24 on one lipstick right now, especially a formula that I just haven't tried and I don't know if I'll love, and I don't need them. The glow letters don't even tempt me. Those retail for $18 just because they look like a shimmery bronzer, and I feel like the thing about that type of product is it's going to look different every single time you use it. I really am not into like shimmery bronzers, so again, I just feel like I don't have to have that product. The one product that did kind of catch my eye is the palette, and there are 2 different options. Each palette has 2 blushes, 1 bronzer, and 1 highlighter, and they retail for $44 each. So these palettes look really pretty, and they kind of remind me of the Hourglass formula, which I do love. I think the Hourglass blushes are stunning, so I am kind of curious to try out this formula. They did do like the Be a Light face palettes, I believe that's what they were called, not too long ago, and they were on sale on Sephora's website last week, so I tried to grab one, but they were actually sold out of the lighter palette, which is the one that I would have liked. But I just have a feeling these palettes will go on sale for $44. I mean, that's not a bad price because you do get 4 separate products, so it's like you're paying $11 for each product. And for a Becca product, I do have a feeling it's going to be a really high quality product for the price, but I'm just not drawn to the palette enough to spend $44 on it. So if it goes on sale in the future, I might possibly grab it, but for now I'm just going to pass on it. Okay, let's move on to products that I'm planning on purchasing or I might possibly purchase. The first one is a possibly for me. I'm not 100% sure if I will end up purchasing this one, but it did catch my eye and I am curious about it. So the first one is the new Natasha Denona Mini Diamond and Glow Cheek Duo. It retails for $19 and it is available now at Sephora and also on Natasha Denona's website. It comes with 2 different products. You get a really pretty like icy highlight and then a little bit more of a pink highlight. They say the pink highlight is actually called the Duo Glow, and I'm totally okay with like mini blush and mini highlighters just because I'll never use up an entire one. I wish that every single blush was available as a mini, same with highlighters. So I like that Natasha Denona does do the mini highlighters and blushes because I don't need a full-size blush or highlighter. But the reason why this one appeals to me is because I love glowy blushes, and I think technically the Duo Glow is supposed to be like a pink highlighter, but I would love to wear that as a blush. I think it would be absolutely beautiful. I did have the mini blush and glow, which is actually discounted on Sephora's website right now. This one appeals to me more than that one, and if they were both released at the same time, I would have purchased this one just because I love a good glowy pink blush or even a pink highlighter. So I am tempted by it. I'm not going to buy it right away, but it is on my list and I might end up possibly purchasing it eventually. So let me know what you guys think about that, especially if you've gotten the chance to try it out already. I'm definitely planning on grabbing the e.l.f. Henriksen Glow 2.0 Dark Spot Toner. This retails for $28. I'm currently working through a couple of toners in my collection, but I was actually planning on grabbing the e.l.f. Henriksen, what is it called? Like their Balance Toner, which comes in the green bottle once I ran out of whatever I had in my collection, because that's always been one of my favorites, but I think I'll actually try this one first. It's supposed to reduce the look of dark spots in 7 days, which is quite the claim. It's also supposed to reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles and just brighten and smooth your skin texture overall. So I love e.l.f. Henriksen skincare products. They are one of my favorite brands. I think their products are pretty affordable for the quality of the skincare. So I do enjoy their products. Whenever they release a new product, I'm instantly intrigued. There are a few new concealers on the market. Milani is releasing their Conceal and Perfect Concealer, which retails for $8.99. It's going to be available on January 8th online and then in January in stores. There are so many drugstore products coming out over the next few months. So I definitely will do like best and worst new drugstore products once I get a chance to try everything. But there are going to be 18 different shades. It's supposed to be a medium to full coverage foundation. It's supposed to be really blendable. There's not a ton of information online about this product yet, but I know a lot of people swear by the Conceal and Perfect foundation, which weirdly enough, I haven't tried that foundation yet. So I do need to try the foundation, and I'm definitely curious to try out the concealer. My favorite concealer this year was the Too Faced Born This Way, which is amazing, but it's pretty expensive. So I'm always on the hunt for a good drugstore dupe or alternative. So that one sounds like it could be really promising. I also want to purchase the new e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer, which retails for $6. This one's actually available now at Ulta and e.l.f.'s website, and it's going to be in stores in February. This one's also supposed to be a full coverage, long wear, crease resistant concealer. It's also supposed to be really creamy, cover dark circles, blemishes. It looks like the shade range could use some work. It looks like the undertones are maybe a little bit off in the lighter shades, and then obviously they could use more dark shades as well. I think it is an improvement for e.l.f. Cosmetics, so I do applaud them for, you know, adding more shades than normal, but at the same time, I think it could be improved even more. So, I mean, for $6, I'll definitely try it out. The e.l.f. HD Under Eye Concealer creased on me like crazy. I don't know if they still have that one available, so I'm curious to see how this one works. If it's full coverage and it stays in place really well, for $6, that would be amazing. The last thing I wanted to mention is the ColourPop Through My Eyes collection, which is available now on ColourPop's website. I'm actually wearing the palette on my eyes today, and so ColourPop sends me products and PR on occasion. Honestly, I never know because it's just a little bit random, and it's always really nice when they do because I love being able to compare their products. But generally, when I am interested in a collection, I'll just purchase it, and then if I do get it in PR, I'll just include the products in a giveaway. This collection came before I even had the chance to think about it, so I was definitely drawn to the palette. I don't know that I would have purchased the lip products because I haven't purchased a lot of lip products in a while, but the palette caught my eye for sure. I think it's a really, really beautiful. Since I have it, let me show you guys. This is what the outside of the palette looks like. The inside of the palette comes with 16 different shades. A lot of people are saying it's very similar to the Rendezvous palette they just did with Becky G, to Dream Street, which is a collab with Kathleen Lights, and there was another one, maybe the Zodiac palette. I'm not sure. I do have a lot of those palettes, so I will do a video comparing this to the other palettes, but the reason why this one kind of caught my eye after the fact is because they said the metallic formula in this palette is actually a new formula, and I love the original metallic formula, but I will say there are some really gorgeous like glitter infused metallics in here, like the green shade that I'm wearing all over the lid today, and it is gorgeous. It is so beautiful. It's like a gorgeous metallic base with the same shade of glitter mixed in, and it just looks insanely gorgeous on the eyes. I believe this shade is the same formula, and I don't know, like there's something about their 16 pan palettes that are just a little bit better than their 12 pan palettes. Anyways, all of that to say, I think I probably would have ended up purchasing this one just because even though I get a similar vibe to those palettes that I mentioned, I just think that this one might be my favorite out of all of them. So I'll do a full review for you guys and let you know if it's worth your money, especially if you have those other palettes in your collection, because a lot of the shades might be overlapping shades. I haven't compared them yet, but a lot of you were asking me my thoughts on this, so I just thought I would throw it in there. I do think I would have purchased it, but I don't think I would have purchased the lip products just because I have a lot of lip products. Okay, guys, that is the end of my video. It's actually New Year's Eve when I'm filming this, so this video will be up tomorrow. I hope that you had an amazing New Year's Eve, and I just hope that 2019 is just a great year for you. I honestly do. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you probably tomorrow with a new video. Bye.